Mr. Hermann and Mr. Chris from Svandis. Currently the crypto market is booming and every day there are many ICO projects emerging. However, it's really tricky for people to verify all information provided by those projects. That's why Svandis, an ICO project, provides people with information and tools to have more accurate decisions is created. Today it's my pleasure to have Mr. Hermann and Mr. Chris from Svandis to share with us more information about this potential project. Hello. So could you introduce a little bit about yourself?
Sure. We'll start.
Thank you, Emily. My name is Hermann. I am the CEO of Smarties. I've been in software development for 15 years. I've started 3 companies. One of them is a crypto exchange, and I'm currently running the lab. Yeah.
I'm Chief Marketing Officer with Svandis. It's great to be in Vietnam, so thank you for the invitation. My background is I have done marketing, public relations, and media with a number of different tech companies and software-based companies.
So could you introduce about Svandis to our audience?
Sure. So Svandis is at the core of a research and visualization platform where traders and investors can come to actually get verifiable information on token sale projects or ICOs that currently exist and be traded on markets. Basically from every cryptocurrency company you can think of, and then also how we're collecting the data kind of runs hand in hand with how we're engaging the community. And so we're allowing cryptocurrency enthusiasts, users, or just average people to actually enter information or just download an app on their computer where we'll be able to mine data from the internet and they'll actually receive tokens in reward for their work.
Yeah, so even if you don't trade or you don't invest in any project, you can still benefit from Svandis because you can submit data to the platform, right?
Yeah, so that was the point of that.
Yeah, okay. So how did you guys come up with the idea of Svandis?
Me and my co-founders have been investing for the last years in different ICO projects. We've been doing the research, we've been looking for exciting projects to invest in. It became more difficult and difficult as the ICO market exploded. So today it's really hard to find accurate information. There's a lot of information out there. Mostly it's really hard to find if the projects are real, if the people behind the projects are real. Are they genuine? Are they going for quick profits, or are these real companies that are going to build up? So for me, we just couldn't find a platform that could verify this information. So we just did the study and we found out that doing it on our own by the methods we've been doing it was the most accurate way to do it. So then we expanded it into this ICO.
Yeah, when I see a list of ICO projects, the name Svandis attract my interest. So is there any special meaning behind this name?
Yeah, Svandis is actually my daughter's name, and all Icelandic names have a meaning behind them. So Svandis, swan, is swan, and dis is a fairy. So combined together, it means the protector of swans.
Mm-hmm. Currently there are many ICO projects that provide data services. So what are outstanding features of Svandis to compete with those projects?
Yeah, that's a very good question. So we have platform, or we have websites like CoinMarketCap, ICO drops, airdrops, those, and the like. The problem is that the information that you get from them is really opinionated, subjective. You have to pay to play, so companies have to pay a lot of money in order to get a 5-star review, and that's really twisted. And so the way we perceive this is we're going to basically eliminate and strip away all that opinion and actually have all of the users and all the people in the community actually input verifiable information so that over time people will actually get, what is the accurate information about a product.
Yeah. And as I read about the project, I see the DataMining app is really cool. However, I wonder how the users can protect their personal data on the platform.
Yeah, so the DataMining app has nothing to do with the user at all. You install the mining app on your computer, but what we're really doing, we are outsourcing the data mining. what users install on their computer is a mining app that will search different variations of data. One is websites to extract data from websites. One is to extract data from social media sites and so on. But user data will never be in question. It will never be used.
Yeah, and in the Spanish ecosystem, there will be a team of analysts, right? So how can the profile and the information as well as the qualification of analysts be verified?
So what we did is we made up this ecosystem and gamification where we use digital fingerprints. So each analyst can be verified by like a wallet address and a Svandis token. So by those two combined, we have we can track each user, we can track each analyst, and so on. And this is also open for anybody to track. It's open for anybody to track each person's record. So when you see verifiable data, you see ICO that's being verified, you can actually see who verified it. We have a mix of internal and external auditors that will verify each data. So there will always be at least 10 people that will verify.
What is your first impression on our country?
It's awesome.
Yeah, we love it. Everyone is superbly friendly.
Which foods have you tried?
Pho?
Yeah,
Is it pho? Yeah, pho, and pecking duck.
So how could the information and the qualification of analysts in the ecosystem be verified?
We use what we call digital fingerprints. It's a combination of a wallet address and a Svandis ID you get issued when you apply to be an external auditor. If you submit data, an auditor will then go over your submission and he will verify if it's correct or not. For investors and the users of the platform, they will then be able to track which auditor went over the information and his track record. If the ICOs that have been submitted have been successfully submitted, if the information were correct and so on. And we have what we call like a reputation points. So each time you get it right, you get a reputation point. Each time you get it wrong, we submit it from you. So it's all about transparency. It's all about knowing who submitted the data, knowing who audited it, and so on.
Yeah. So in the Spanish ecosystem, there will be each users will have their fingerprint. That is the combination of Ether wallet and their Spanish ID to verify the information, and anyone can track the information in the ecosystem. Yeah. And Chris, could you introduce about the core team? You are the CMO, and he is the CEO. And
yeah, so I run marketing. There are 3 co-founders, so 2 additional to Hermann. First one is Jan, he's based in Quebec, and then the other one is Nodari. Nodari is actually the Chief Investment Officer from Syndicator. His brother is actually involved in credits as well, so it's a small team, a small circle I should say. And then we have a Chief Informatics Officer who's also based in Quebec, Sebastian. And I believe that's kind of the core team. And we have the CTO as well.
We have the CTO is Iakov, he's based in Ukraine. And we have about a team of 20 working around the project, developers all over. We have, I think, people from 10 different countries in this project, so
really?
it's very interesting.
Very decentralized.
Decentralized all over the place.
But you still have an office for people? Or?
Yeah.
We have some work remote, some work from an office.
Well, we have at the moment we have 3 offices. It's one based in Quebec in Canada, one based in Iceland, and one based in Russia.
One in Quebec. The second one is in
Iceland.
Iceland.
And the last one?
In Russia.
Russia?
Moscow,
Okay.
Russia.
Yeah, and what are their strengths?
The strengths of each team?
The whole team.
The whole team. So, I mean, it really runs the gambit. So we really have with our smart contract developers and our blockchain developers, we have that covered. We have the business side covered. So operations, executing, strategy, we have that covered. We have informatics. Actually, I have a PhD basically in statistics. We have a big team of analysts internally. We're going to hire, the external analysts as well. And then we also have the investment covered because with the crowdsourced funding, and then liquidating to some of our analysts, the investment side is very important.
Yeah. So Herman, could you talk to our audience about the progress of the project? Which milestone has the project reached?
We started development in last November. We immediately just started, planning on the database structure and how they were going to implement the blockchain verifiable system within the platform. We started early on, on the DataMining app. The DataMining app has been the most challenging part of the platform because we had to find a way to have a mining app that could go into any device. So anything from a smartphone to a computer and any operating system. So that's been the biggest challenge, and that's actually what we've solved so far. It's done, so it's way ahead of our roadmap, and we are going into beta testing with selected users in 2 weeks' time. So we are 6 months ahead there, and what we did now is we've done the ICO screeners, we've done the token screeners, and we are on the final steps of the news aggregator. So next steps would be then to implement the machine learning and the natural language processing. We have already started that process, and we'll be doing the beta testing with the first version of the machine learning.
How will the testnet be released? The testnet?
We can scrap it. There is no testnet.
Yeah.
It's a beta test. So we're not producing.
Yeah, so we don't have a mainnet.
Yeah, we're not producing a new blockchain. So it's the ERC20.
Yeah. So when will the ICO start?
So we have finished the private pre-sale, which was the initial investments in the company. The private pre-sale is ongoing at the moment, and we haven't set an exact date on when the token sale starts, but it will start in Q3.
Yeah. Could I ask you about the fundraising? How much has the project raised?
We raised our minimum cap at the moment, and
the interest has been pretty strong, so we were able to hit that pretty quick.
We were able to raise our low cap pretty easily, and we have really strong backers in the private pre-sale.
Is there any funds investing in Svandis?
Yeah, we have
a few of them.
A few funds.
We have strategic partners that are participating, the public ones being Syndicator. Then we have a hedge fund based out of Australia called Jason Capital, and then a few other undisclosed ones, but there's some strong funds there.
Yeah. So is there any challenges that you guys facing when you develop this project?
There's always challenges. At the moment, there is the challenge of finishing the token sale and so on, but from the development point, we are doing pretty good. So we're pretty confident of delivering the platform on time and even before our roadmap. The biggest challenge will, of course, be to get the community to start working on the DataMining app and some machine information. But there we have strong partners like Chris said, talked about, like Syndicator. Syndicator has a platform of 100,000 users. Mm-hmm. We will be in cooperation with them. We are in cooperation with Credits.
Credits?
Yeah. We are looking into adapting their blockchain or smart contracts as well. So there's a lot of pipelines in the works. So we're looking into different sectors for the machine learning and the natural language processing. So
we're working with researchers, computer scientists. I mean, of course there are challenges with developing any company, but I think because our team is so strong that we're able to basically overcome the challenges pretty easily, which is good. But at the same time, of course, they're difficult. I mean, if they weren't difficult, then there would already be a company doing this.
Syndicator and Credits are really famous projects, right? So I
Yeah.
believe that they can support Svandis a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah, we are in
it's called the symbiotic network.
symbiotic network with Syndicator, which is it's a set of ICO projects that are like what you call it?
That are, yeah, so some are in a private sale, some are post sale, but really it's around like technology sharing, knowledge sharing, seeing if there are kind of points of collaboration, points of resource sharing, not so much on the capital side, but resource sharing in the sense of, do you have someone in your community in Vietnam, for instance, who can help us engage our users? You're doing a great job. So that's kind of there. And we found a lot of benefit for that. So like myself, I was in Berlin this past weekend with Yuri, who's the CTO of Syndicator. He gave a talk, I gave a talk, and that opportunity came about because of this network.
Yeah. And which countries will Svandis focus on to promote your project?
Definitely Vietnam. Definitely Vietnam. But I would say Southeast Asia, Asia in general. We also are focusing on Europe, Russia, and even though they can't participate in the token sale, the US as well, because it's just a strong investment market. Yeah.
Actually, the United States cannot participate.
Yeah, they can't participate in the token sale, but they can still participate in the ecosystem. Yeah.
As you know, because you guys are developing data services, right? So the community will play an important role in your network. So how could you build a really supportive community to kind of submit data for you?
That's an easy answer. We're going to pay them for it.
Yeah, it's all about incentives.
Yeah. So everybody can participate in our ecosystem, and the revenue of the company will be mostly for selling third-party data or the users of the ecosystem. A large portion of the income will then go out to the data mining and the submission of data and the analysts. So pretty much, yeah, this is how we're going to run the community.
So you talk about the third parties, right?
Yeah.
So could you clarify about?
For instance, our cooperation with Syndicator is part from that, like third-party data. So we will provide Syndicator with a news aggregator for their Syndicator app. So each time a Syndicator is asking questions or you have a new question in the app, you will have a news data feed from Svandis in the app.
Okay. And is there any bounty or airdrop program?
Yeah, so we currently have a bounty program. You can find it on Bitcoin Talk, or you can just chat with one of our moderators in the Telegram channel, which if you have a hard time finding it, just go to svandis.io.
Yeah.
Find the
So if you want to earn some rewards from this ecosystem, you can access the website Svandis and join the ambassador program, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And try to earn some Svandis token. Yeah. And what else you guys want to share to our audience?
I mean, we are very excited about the Vietnamese crypto community, which is why we're here. You know, it took some time to get here, but now that we're here, we're happy to be here. And so, we want to stress the importance of participating in whether it's the token sale, whether it's the community just getting engaged early on. We do see massive interest in this. We do think this is going to have a pretty big impact on transparency in cryptocurrency space, especially in token sales and everything, which is good. You're putting a lot of time into either a bounty program or investing your own money into it, and it turns out to be completely a pump and dump scheme. We're going to hopefully eliminate that. So the idea is, attaching yourself to the work with this, you can actually earn an income, or at least a passive income doing this. Yeah.
We also encourage the Vietnamese Bitcoin community to test our product, to be beta testers and help us develop the product, help us install the DataMining app, and help us testing out the submission and so on. Because we see a lot of potential here in Vietnam. We see the interest and the technical skills of the people. They are superb. So it's a good testing market.
And which channels should they access to get more information about your project?
I would say Telegram's a pretty good point of contact. Then we also there's some activity in Reddit, Twitter, very, very active in Twitter. You can say hi to me on there, even Facebook. Medium, I would say, is the most up to date with our information where we're trying to share what we're doing. But we're pretty active. You know, we're 24/7.
Actually, I joined the Telegram group chat, and the admins are really kind of friendly.
Yeah, I mean, they basically are, you know, I would say channel managers for life, basically. So we don't know really what time zone they're in. They're just always working. They do a great job. So Jay is kind of community manager there, and then Fiona. Yeah, they're really great.
Yeah. Okay. I believe that our audience have gained a really useful information thanks to you, and thank you for joining our interview today. And I hope to heard really good news about Svandis in the coming time. Thank you for your time. See you in the next video. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
It's totally extreme, right? Extreme.
Yeah, it's like a sauna for us.
That's in the north, and in the south, it's even hotter.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have some Vietnamese people living in Iceland.
Yeah, actually, one of my friends from high school was from Vietnam, where his parents were, and he was born here. I think lived here until he was 12. And he moved. I met him in Florida, so Florida weather is very similar to here.
Unpredictable. Like
Okay.
in the morning, it's very sunny and hot, but it can rain. Heavy rain can come at any time.
Yeah, notice
Like
that.
right now.
I ran a software company in Guangzhou in China for a couple of years, and went a lot there in Hong Kong and Guangzhou, and similar temperature, but it's much more humidity here.